All right, what is going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new, exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports, the realest sport podcast in all the land. I am KSpadeTheProspect.
And I'm your boy LaParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade, without further ado, let me kick it off. It's been a great week. It's been a great week. A lot of things has happened. A lot of things are in the news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to take it to Cleveland. I want to take it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I want to talk about the Cavaliers and the Raptors series.
Okay.
And not necessarily about the series, about something that happened. So Kyle Lowry in the blowout loss that the Cavaliers handed his team, Kyle Lowry left the bench and said he needed to decompress, whatever that means. Kyle Lowry, we need clarification on what decompressing means. I don't know what that means. Kyle Lowry, Spade, what do you think of Kyle Lowry decompressing, leaving the Cavs bench with time left on the clock? Let me mention that. Like, he ain't leave when the game was over. It was still time. He left his teammates in battle, and he wasn't there.
Yeah. It was about 2.5 minutes before the half, and Kyle Lowry, who had been playing awful, left the bench to kind of get a head start to go to the locker room. When questioned about it after the loss, he said, he said all the right things, bro. He said, I just needed to go decompress, get my mind free and relax my body. And everybody was like, get your mind free, relax your body in the middle of a playoff game? So let me give you some stats. Kyle Lowry was 1 of 6 from the field when he left. He was 0 of 4 from beyond the arc with 5 turnovers. Should he have left the bench to go decompress, whatever the hell that means? No, I don't think he should have. But the way he was playing, his teammates probably encouraged him to get off the floor. Like Mike Singletary told, oh boy, who he tell that to?
Vernon Davis.
Not off the field, out the arena. Can't play with him, can't win with him. Kyle Lowry has looked awful. I'm joking on the kid, man. I almost feel sorry for him. He's tried to do everything that I guess is in his power to get right. As far as his shot not falling, he spent countless hours in the empty gym shooting to find his shot. The only other thing it could possibly be is his confidence and his mind. So if going to decompress is hopefully going to get his mind back on basketball, I guess it's a good idea. I find it very weird for a team leader to need to go decompress in the middle of a game, though. How you feel about it?
You don't leave the bench. Now, Kyle Lowry has definitely been playing trash. He's been horrible, and we know that. Like, he had a couple bad games in the previous series against the Heat. They've been playing bad. So, was he hurt? Did he have to use the bathroom? What do decompress mean? We need better clarification, Kyle Lowry.
I'll say.
Now, what I don't like you, whatever the circumstances is, I don't like you leaving the bench. I mean, we've seen this before. I remember a few years back, LeBron left the court early before a game ended. Randy Moss left the field before a game ended, and they crucified these guys, for doing the same thing. Like, Kyle Lowry got to get it, and I'm pretty sure on social media he has been getting it. But my thing is, you just cannot leave the bench. And I know Kyle Lowry's been playing horrible, but it's the Eastern Conference Finals. This is like the biggest game you will ever, unless you make it to the finals, this is the biggest moment of your professional career. You cannot leave the bench because it's all it's the only game on in prime time. I'm pretty sure with some baseball games on, but everybody is tuned in to the Eastern Conference Finals. Great. You cannot do that when you know all eyes are on you.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Especially you being a star player. Come on, Kyle. You got to be smarter than that. I still want to know what decompress mean. Did he have to decompress that meal he ate out of the system? I don't know. I don't know what Kyle Lowry was doing. But you got to be smarter than that, Kyle Lowry. You got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, Dwayne Casey, the head coach of the Toronto Raptors, defended him and said him and I think he said Corey Joseph, they broke a record for needing to use the bathroom in the middle of the game. He probably had to go to the bathroom. The only thing that's weird about it, this has happened so many times in sports that if people have to use the bathroom, they usually just say, I had to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
I can remember Bobby Hurley back when he was at Duke, left a game, he ran off the court, and he said that his stomach was cutting the food. Like, he let him know he had to go and handle some business. So, I mean, what's saying I got to go to the bathroom? To say I had to decompress, I don't believe he had to use the bathroom. I think mentally, he was so frustrated with his performance that he was just grabbing for straws, looking for anything that could get him right. I don't know. That's neither here nor there, man, because they getting swept anyway. You ready to move on to the next topic?
You ain't lying. It ain't going to make no difference whether they had Kyle Lowry or not. They are out of here.
They getting broom bristles.
You ain't lying.
All right, man, while we talking NBA, in case you guys didn't know, the NBA draft happened this past week, and it was a lot of speculation. If you've never heard this, I would be surprised, but the NBA draft has always reeked of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not so honest type behavior. People have felt like the draft was fixed for years. Well, yeah. I'm not sure people still feel that way. There's a lot of speculation that the Lakers will win the draft, maybe even the Celtics, two just historical teams in the NBA. You could go back in the history of the NBA, and the Lakers and Celtics have always been that staple. Instead, the Philadelphia 76ers, who's also been around a long time and kind of could be considered a historical team, but nowhere near, where you could put the Lakers and the Celtics.
Yeah.
The 76ers won the NBA draft. They are going to have the first pick of the 2016-2017 season draft. LaParis, I asked to you that make you feel all right seeing the 76ers win the draft?
Let me tell you this. This is the first time the Sixers had the first pick in the draft since, if I'm not mistaken, Allen Iverson.
Yeah, you're right.
And there's no Allen Iverson in this draft.
None whatsoever.
So this could definitely be a bad thing for the Sixers. Now, it's a lot of speculation out there that they're going to take Ben Simmons. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if Ben Simmons had that dog in him. Like, AI, you look at AI. AI was a pit bull.
Yeah,
AI wanted to bite your head off.
And would.
Like, when they ask Allen Iverson, when you look in the league right now, who do you compare yourself? Like, who do you see yourself? Who do you see as yourself? And he says Russell Westbrook. You look at a guy like Russell Westbrook, you think man, Westbrook believes he can run through a brick wall through you. Like, that's the type of type of guy Philly needs, and I don't know if Ben Simmons has that dog in him. I don't know if any guy in this draft has that dog in him, Spade. They also saying that this guy from Duke named Ingram is the real deal, and maybe he's a better fit for Philadelphia. But a lot of people think Philly will take Ben Simmons. I mean, you look at Philly roster, and Spade, me and you talk about Philly a lot because we got Ish Smith. Like, Ish Smith definitely, ever since he arrived, they've been playing a lot tougher. Yeah. They also lost a lot of games, but they was competing. They were in a lot of games. They almost beat the Warriors, if I'm not mistaken. But I think since they got Ish, I actually think their coach is a good coach. You wouldn't see that by their record, but I actually think Brown is a good coach. Ish, I think, is definitely a guy they need to keep long term. The problem is all these bigs. They got a guy Embiid that I tweeted earlier in the week, and I said, when this guy played, when he actually touched the court, is he still going to be considered a rookie? Everybody responded and was like, yeah, he's going to be a 28-year-old rookie. They don't think he's going to play till he's like 28 years old, which is just crazy. If Philly want to pay somebody to just sit on the bench, Spade, they could come get us way cheaper.
Yeah.
They could come get us way cheaper.
Yeah.
But Philly has to do something. I don't know if that's trade Okafor or Noel or Embiid, but if they draft Ben Simmons, they just have a slew of bigs. And I don't know if that's what Philly needs, babe.
I didn't think about this when we did our live show. You know what I would do if I'm Philly?
Woo! That's a hot topic. Trade it?
I trade the pick. Trade the pick.
Nah, you can't trade the picks,
I'm going to tell you why I would.
They will crucify Philly ownership.
No. I mean, why? If you honestly...
Trade the pick for what, bro?
Look, I would trade for a later pick. I would get a solid veteran who can help the team out, and I would draft Buddy Hield.
I don't think nobody want to come to Philly, Buddy Hield. That's the problem.
What's the problem?
Nobody wants to come to Philly.
No, they don't.
And saying, you know what? I'm going to Philly.
Yeah, but I mean, how much say do the players have? How many players been traded to a team they want to go to?
Spade, I think we just talked about Sam Bradford and Fitzpatrick saying, I'd rather retire. I think they will rather retire.
Ain't neither one of them retired. I know what they saying. Ain't neither one of them retired.
You got a point.
They talking all that mess, and they showing up for work. Sam Bradford is working out as we speak.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I do, man. I would definitely draft Buddy Hield. I would basically do the same thing that we just saw happen in the NFL. I would try to work up some blockbuster deal where I get all these picks or a couple players, somebody who needs Ben Simmons. Let's face it, Ben Simmons ain't going to make the 76ers a playoff team. They still ain't going to the playoffs.
I agree with that 100%.
Drop them right on that team. They still not going to the playoffs.
Spade, I'm thinking about your trade proposal, and you want to know what? Boston got a slew of picks. I mean, they got a boatload of picks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got picks from like the Nets. What if Boston say, "Yo"? Then we ain't talking about this on the live show. It just came to me. Because your big brain thought this up, and then my big brain started working, and we formed like Voltron. But Spade, what if Boston say, "Yo, give us the first pick. We move y'all back to 3, and we'll give you a first round pick for next year, and maybe a Marcus Smart or one of those type of guys." Would you do that deal? So you getting a first, you getting they first round pick this year, a first next year, and maybe a Marcus Smart.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm concerned about Smart because I want him to draft Buddy Hield. Buddy's a shooter. You got Ish, who's a pretty good point. I'm kind of worried. I think Ish might be a shoot first point, and I don't know how that'll work. But if you can get Ish to buy into, that
facilitator,
you got Ish and Hield in the backcourt. I would probably want Crowder.
I don't know if they're giving up Crowder. I think they love Crowder.
They love Crowder, but they love Avery Bradley. They love Avery Bradley.
I'm about to say, you know what? Maybe Crowder could be a better situation because then they could slide Evan Turner out of, put him in the starting lineup.
They ain't finna deal Isaiah. They not dealing Isaiah.
You know what? Philly might need to trade the picks, man.
Tell you, man.
They might need to trade the pick.
If you're looking for a GM, man, holla at your boy. I do this stuff on 2K every day. I got it figured out.
Babe, but you want to know what? The bad thing is they're not going to trade the pick. They're going to draft Ben Simmons.
And they're going to suck.
And they're going to be trash again.
Yep. That's the natural rotation of a Philadelphia 76er team. What else we got, bro?
Yeah, we're going to move on. We're going to stay with the NBA, and we're going to talk NBA coaches. There's been a lot of NBA coaches on the move. We know Vogel was out. We know Skiles quit, which shocked the world. But Vogel is out. So Larry Bird, dude, that's pretty much running the Pacers. He promoted, first of all, he came out and said, we need a new voice in here. We need a new regime. We need a new spark in here. But Larry Bird kind of did the same thing that the New York Giants did, and he promoted within and just bumped Nate McMillan up, which is just, I don't know. We're going to talk about that. We got to talk about the Knicks hiring Jeff Hornacek, who doesn't really have to run the triangle if he don't want to, which is just crazy. Is just crazy. We're going to talk about that. And last but not least, Vogel, who was just out as Pacers coach, went down to Orlando, had an interview, and got the Orlando job, which I actually like. Spade, what do you think about these coaching moves?
Yeah, I'm with you. Vogel, to me, he wins. He's got the dream job. Of those 3 jobs we talking about, Knicks, Pacers, Orlando, give me Orlando. They got a young team. I said on the live show they might be one player away, but at the same time, they might not be any players away. They might just need to gel. So many times teams are so quick trying to move something to make something happen this year. Maybe that same roster you got, maybe they it next year. Maybe they it 2 years down the road. Let them gel and see what they got. But Vogel fell into a great spot. And it's crazy because Vogel damn near begged for his Pacer job. And look what happened, man. Like my mama would say if she was here. Look at God. Sit back, Vogel, and wait to see what God got for you.
Yeah.
Nate McMillan, on the other hand, I like Nate. I believe he's a pretty good coach. I think he got the worst of the jobs we're talking about. I love PG-13, and I think Miles Turner got a bright future. But let's face it, they need something else. That team is just not talented enough. I mean, PG could go off, and Miles can do what he do, and that team is still not enough. They need something else. Jeff Hornacek, that hire shocked me. Because last I heard, Phil Jackson wanted somebody who could run his triangle, run that system. I don't know if the hiring of Jeff Hornacek, if it's an admission of failure from Phil Jackson. I don't know if he just came to the realization that, look, maybe the triangle ain't it. Or maybe the triangle is it, but none of these morons know how to coach it as good as me. And I only want to coach home games and not away games. And I also am rumored to have aspirations of going back to the Lakers. I don't know what's going on with Phil. The Jeff Hornacek hire confused me because when I heard Jeff Hornacek got the job, I was thinking, did the Jazz ever used to run the triangle? When did Jeff Hornacek learn the triangle? And then it came out that he's been told he doesn't have to run the triangle. I don't know. I don't know what Phil is doing. I don't know if Phil knows what Phil is doing. I do believe Jeff Hornacek is a pretty good basketball mind. I hope he can help out Porzingis because Kurt Rambis made the Porzingis arrow go down. So hopefully somebody else can get his arrow back up, man. I don't know, bro.
I'm gonna tell you what the problem, the real high I got a problem with was definitely the Hornacek. I think the reason they didn't hire guys like a Mark Jackson or a Stan Van Gundy or Jeff Van Gundy. I'm sorry, Jeff Van Gundy is because of these. Phil wanting a person that knows the triangle. Now all of a sudden you don't got to run the triangle. They could have had, in my opinion, I'm not saying Hornacek is a bad coach. I just think they could have had a better coach than Jeff Hornacek. To lead that team. I mean, maybe Hornacek turned out to be one of those sleeper guys. You'd be like, hey, I mean, maybe right. I don't know,
right?
But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, man, why don't Phil just coach them, man? Phil, just coach them, because I mean,
I don't know.
Knicks fans are not happy with the hire. Basketball aficionados are looking at this hire like, wow, like Hornacek of all people, like Mark Jackson is out there, Tibbs was out there. It was reports that he didn't want Tibbs because Tibbs didn't want him on the triangle.
Right.
Tibbs found, he landed in Minnesota, which I think is a great job for Tibbs. Hopefully he don't run those guys in the hole.
Right.
but I think that's a great fit for Tibbs. But it was way better coaches out there than Jeff Hornacek. Maybe Jeff Hornacek might turn out to be Pat Riley. I don't know, but I'm looking at these hires and I'm looking at the Pacers hire and I'm like, man, I thought they wanted a new voice. They kept McMillan. Like, I think the last time we seen McMillan, he coached in Portland, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't amazing. I mean, if you was going to keep McMillan, I think you could have just kept Vogel. But right. Vogel said, you know what, I'm going to go down there in Orlando, and I think Vogel might have the steal of the day.
Yeah, Vogel wins. It's better weather down there. You can go to some theme parks.
Yeah.
You're right down there by EA Tiburon, man. Enjoy yourself, Frank. Frank, you came up. Look at God. One other thing I want to say about Phil, I don't know, I'm just playing devil's advocate. The last time Knicks fans was this outraged with Phil Jackson is when he drafted a 7'3" guy from Latavia or wherever. I just made that place up. Everybody was pissed at Phil. And
so you saying Phil a genius?
Phil might have dumb luck. He might have dumb luck. Sometimes people turn down the wrong street on an accident, and there'd be a street with a $10 bill laying right there on the sidewalk. Who knows?
They say, since you want to speak on God, they say God look at the babies and dummies.
That's right. He gonna take care of babies and dumb folks.
Maybe looking at the film.
That's why I think I'm smart, but every once in a while I play dumb. You never know. Anyway, man, let's go ahead and move forward, bro.
All right.
The NBA finally, good grief, it took forever, finally released the rest of their regular season awards. I saw a funny comment on the live show I didn't get a chance to comment on. Somebody said to me, there is no such thing as regular season MVP. There's just MVP. No, sir, you, my friend, are wrong. I wanted to tell you that during the show, but I didn't want to cut my partner off over here. But basically, man, the regular season awards come out so late that when you get them, I have a hard time remembering. Like, I'm looking at the All-NBA team, and I'm looking up people's stats to see, because that information is no longer fresh to me. So, parents, why do they release regular season awards so late? Why?
I have no clue, because it got me to thinking, they just released Rookie of the Year. Like, the season is damn near over. This is the Eastern and Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
And I mean, they 2-3 games deep.
Yeah.
Like, the season, we damn near in the finals. The season is damn near over. And they just released a Rookie of the Year. Like, one of these rookies are in the playoffs.
Right.
Like, in my opinion, you could have been released this. Everybody knew that Rookie of the Year was between Porzingis and Karl Anthony Towns. And Porzingis kind of had the down arrow, like once Rambis took over. I know Porzingis had some injuries.
That too.
That kind of hindered him too. Mm-hmm. But everybody knew Karl Anthony Towns was Rookie of the Year. He went, man, people were saying Steph Curry was the MVP in January. Why do it take so long for them to release this stuff? They just released the all-rookie team. Like, any of these rookies are still in the playoffs. Come on, NBA.
Right.
And I get it. They wait this long, gotta be, because they want people like us to debate who we think getting what, and kind of stir the pot and get the jargon talked about. I get it, but I don't think awards like Sixth Man of the Year. Come on, we knew Jamal Crawford just was playing amazing.
Right.
Like, CJ McCollum
was a landslide win for most improved.
Landslide. I don't understand why it takes so long. Karl Anthony Towns, once Porzingis started sliding, we knew it was going to him. Why would they take so long? I don't understand. I'm interested to know what the people think and what they had to say on this situation.
Help us to understand. Why does it take so long? Why?
I mean, why do you think, Spade? You just think they want us to debate? They want to give us topics for Strong Arm Sports?
I don't even have a good guess. I remember hearing Marcus Spears, who's a writer for ESPN, of course. He was talking about his vote in the MVP race. Of course, he probably has a vote in these other awards too. I'm not really sure. But he said, I'm one of those guys, I like to take as much time as they give me. I like to go over my thoughts. I like to go over their stats, and I can get that to a certain extent. But it bothers me because I believe that the voters look at what's going on in the postseason, and I mean, they're human. They're not machines. So I feel like what they see in the postseason in some of these cases, it influences their choice, their vote. So if I got to the conference finals to vote on MVP, for instance, and you got a guy who, I don't know, I'm just going to say James Harden, who lit it up in the regular season but struggled in the postseason, maybe I ain't so sure that he was the MVP anymore. And that's my only issue with it. But go back to what you said as far as the all-rookie team, most of them dudes been done playing. You could have made that list a long time ago. What are we waiting on? Like, I don't know. I don't even have a good guess, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what to wait for. Sorry for the wait. I don't know what it's for. Interested to know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Mm-hmm. Let's move on. Let's lighten the show up, Spade. Want to lighten the show up. Want to take it to baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, baseball.
All right.
2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
2 weeks in a row we talking baseball. We should get like an award.
Yeah.
We should get an award.
Yeah, we're an official baseball show now, talking about it 2 weeks in a row.
Spade, on this show, we love a good scrap. We love we love when people put them paws on people.
Yeah.
So if you guys was living under a rock, you missed that Odor and Batista kind of had some problems. And it got Odor suspended for 8 games. So if you guys didn't know, last year in the playoffs, Batista banged his home run. And, you know, typical Batista did the bat flip.
Right.
Of course, Odor had a problem with it, but didn't do anything last year. Waited till this year, and they, you know, typical baseball, unwritten code fashion, they hit Batista with the ball. Mm-hmm. Batista takes his base. Teammate comes up. I think dude hits a single or whatever, hits the ball. Batista runs to second base, goes in with a hard slide. In my opinion, I think Batista could have killed Odor, not killed him, but really took him out, and I think Batista held up. But Odor didn't like it. They get up. I think Batista thought they just was going to, you know, do some verbal back and forth. They push each other, and Odor put them paws on him. Like he swung, connect, damn near knocked old boy out. He didn't drop, but damn near cold.
He was a little wobbly.
Yeah, man. He put the pieces on him, and got Odor suspended 8 games. Spade.
Yes.
What do you think about this situation?
I think it's a mess. I think baseball in itself is a mess.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of the traditionalists in baseball where if you flip the bat, then you're going to get hit with a pitch. The problem with that is it creates this domino effect. Okay, if you perform a bat flip, you're going to get hit with a pitch. If you get hit with a pitch, you're going to have a hard slide in the second. You have a hard slide in the second, that guy is going to... What are we doing? Like, who didn't know this was coming? The only person who probably didn't know it was coming was Batista because it was 7 months ago when he had the bat flip. It was almost a full year ago as far as terms of the season. It was last season. You've had an off season. You come back, and to my knowledge, this is these two teams' first times facing each other. So then he's probably thinking, okay, well, maybe they're going to let me get away with it. Boom, you hit him with the pitch. Of course, the hard slide happens. And I believe Batista when he said, I could have injured Odor with my hard slide. Yeah. I just wanted to send a message. I didn't even try to hurt him. And then, like you said, he got up thinking it was just going to be jaw-jacking because that's what most guys do. Odor happened to be about that action, boss. And he happened to throw the one-hitter quitter, and my boy was getting a little wobbly. He almost went to sleep over there. My issue with it is it came at a bad time, too, bro. This was during the week that the MLB was promoting baseball. They was trying to pitch baseball to the youth to get more youth playing baseball, and this happens. Then Odor only gets hit with 8 games. 8 games in the MLB where they play doubleheaders, that's like a week. I might be exaggerating, but you can play 8 games in a week in the MLB. I just feel like it sent a bad message. For one, it sends a message that we still holding on to our dumb traditions from years ago. And then if you do decide that you want to give somebody a punch to the face, you only going to get 8 games. And I feel like a punishment that lenient, I don't know. You got a few other players like, well, hell, I've been wanting to hit old boy for a while now. I've been mad with him for 2 years. So when he slide in, I'm going to throw one in his jaw. Why not? You only going to get a week off. To me, I'm not a baseball pro. I'm not a baseball expert. Man, I don't proclaim to be a pro or expert of anything, but I'm definitely not a baseball. I would have given him at least 20 games. That's just me.
And the crazy thing is he's not a first-time offender.
No,
he's done this before.
Yeah.
He's done this in the minors. Word on the street is he slid last year into somebody and injured that person.
Right.
In the minors, they said he slid into somebody. The teams got mad, kind of caused the brawl.
And tell them who is he?
He hooked like 7 people the same way. He hit 7 people the way he hit Batista. The funny thing is they play like 160-something games in
162,
baseball.
I think.
What is 8 games going to do?
Nothing.
What is 8 games going to do? I guess you figure, well, that is still 8 game checks. But, I mean, baseball, I'm telling you, Spade, baseball and these unwritten codes, all this, you bat flip, I get to hit you with the baseball, is going to be all good until somebody be like, okay, you hit me with a baseball, I'm going to hit you with the baseball back. And then that's when it's really going to become a real issue. And somebody going to get hit with the bat in their head, and then somebody going to have a brain aneurysm or something, and somebody going to die. Then that's when it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Kirby Puckett got hit with a baseball in his eye, and damn, I think he's blind in one eye. It's just crazy that it's okay to hit somebody with 100-mile-an-hour baseball. These are the best of the best. These guys are the top tier baseball players in the world. And you think it's okay for a pitcher to hit you? Come on, man. That's insane.
I want to make it so bad, bro. I'm sorry to go back in. I'm going to shut up after this. The home run that Batista had the bat flip on, it wasn't like a bottom of the first inning meaningless home run. I think it won him the game. Let him show some emotion. Flip the bat. Man, I'd have moonwalked and did cartwheels. I'd have cut the extreme fool, man.
This baseball tradition. They don't want you to have any fun. Don't want to show up your opponent.
So you can go to the mound when you're mad with the ump, kick dirt all on it, cut the fool, spit all in his face, take your shirt off, throw your shirt down. All that's okay, but you can't flip a bat after a home run. Get out of here, man. Hashtag baseball sucks.
That's their tradition. It's just insane to me, man. It don't sit well with me. I'm telling you, somebody you hit me with a 100-mile-an-hour baseball, I'm hit you with the baseball bat.
Well, that's why you don't play baseball, bro. That's
why I don't
against
play
the
baseball.
unwritten rules.
That's right.
That's ridiculous.
You ain't lying.
Let's move forward. Let's talk about some boxing, or maybe UFC, or
what happened in boxing,
or nothing. Actually, nothing. I want to talk about Floyd Money Mayweather, the retired boxer who is loved and hated by many. Okay.
Yeah.
I told the entire world when Floyd Mayweather retired, just one win shy of making boxing history, that Floyd would be back. I also knew that if Floyd was coming back, he was not going to come back for a potential loss. It was going to have to be a fight that Floyd knew he could win. Got a lot on the line. What I didn't expect was Floyd would be trying to fight a non-boxer. I'm sick of hearing it. I know you guys have been hearing it as well. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor have been talking about fighting. No matter how many sources come out and say, look, this is not happening, it can't happen, these two people involved continue to make this thing look like it's a possibility. They're talking about it on social media. You got Conor McGregor in a sparring match. He actually let somebody upload a video of him sparring. Conor, you look trash in that ring.
You look terrible.
You look trash in that ring. You better not get in a ring with Floyd looking like that. Conor's got something on social media with him buying boxing boots. Why, Conor? You're not even going to be on your feet long enough to need boots. You can show up barefoot. You're going to end up getting knocked out anyway. It looks awful. Anyway, to get to the point of it, of course, we know this can't happen, but I hope it can't happen. Anyway, let me say that. I hope it can't happen. But does this thing appall you as much as it appalls me?
I want them to stop giving this leg. Spade really kind of didn't finish, but Floyd Mayweather offered Conor McGregor $50 million for a boxing match. I want them to stop giving this leg. First of all, when a boxer say they retired, don't ever believe them. Like, Don't ever believe him. Like, the only boxer that ever retired and stayed retired was Lennox Lewis. Rocky, we done seen like 8 Rockies. We done seen 8 Rockies, and Rocky done retired and unretired every movie.
That's
the last Rocky, which was Creed, Rocky almost retired his life. Rocky got cancer. Spoiler alert: Rocky got cancer. Didn't even want to fight cancer. Like, was like, I'm done. Cancer, take me now. And Michael B. Jordan had to talk Rocky out of retirement from his life. He didn't want to fight for his life.
I hope they've seen the movie, bro. You just completely ruined the movie.
My point is, Spade, these guys retire and unretire all the time.
Sorry, y'all.
Stop believing these guys. These guys are always going to come back for a fight.
Yeah.
But I want them to stop giving this Conor McGregor. First of all, we don't want to see Floyd Mayweather fight a boxer. We damn sure don't want to see him fight an MMA fighter.
You ain't never lied.
They keep saying Floyd Mayweather fighting Alvarez again. We don't want to see that. They saying he could fight Triple G. Triple G can move down. Mayweather can move up. We don't want that. That's just not smart.
I would watch that one.
Say it again?
I would watch that one, but that'll never happen.
I mean, that's
Floyd
probably
ain't coming back for that.
We will watch, but I think that's the least likely to happen.
Yeah, Floyd ain't finna take that risk.
We don't want to see him fight Pacquiao again. He just had a pay-per-view fight. His last fight that did horrible numbers. I mean, Spade, we don't want. I want them to stop giving his legs. If you want 50 wins, just pick a fight, make the fight, win the fight, and just fade to black. Like, you already great. There's no need for you to dangle this in front of nobody want to see it anyway. Nobody want to see it anyway. I know there's some people out there that's going to be like, I'll pay to see. Well, then you're crazy. You're going to be part of the 250,000 people that order that fight. That's insane. Nobody want to see that.
It's typical Floyd, though, man. Floyd, the only person who's a bigger fan of Floyd Mayweather than Floyd Mayweather fans is Floyd Mayweather. And that's confusing. You might have to play that one back a couple of times. But Floyd like himself some Floyd. So this gets people talking. And look what we doing. Like, we talking about it on our show. Floyd likes that. Floyd knows what he's doing. If he's nothing else, he's a very smart businessman. Say what you want to say about his reading skills. The man knows how to market, which I said a long time ago. I felt like the whole thing with Floyd and Adrian Broner was an act, and I kind of felt like he was going to come back out of retirement and fight AB, who is a known friend of his. They both was going to get a big payday. They trying their best to make it look like they really hate one another. I think that's all fake too. I don't know, Floyd. Just come fight somebody, get in the record books, and just go away. What else we got, bro?
Moving on, let's take it to the NFL where I want to be anyway. Got one NFL topic. It's all good. But it's a good one. Go and take it up to Minnesota. Adrian Peterson came out and said Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback, reminds him of another quarterback. But not just any quarterback. One of the quarterbacks in the league that's considered the quarterback. And that's Tom Brady. He said Teddy Bridgewater reminds him of Tom Brady. Spade. How so? Like, what is AP seeing up there in Minnesota?
I wish I knew, and I want to know who covered this story because I got so many questions after that. Like, whoever covered that story, how do you let this man give you that sound bite and you walk off? I'm like, in what way? Do they have similar throwing motions? Are you saying because Minnesota don't have great receivers and maybe I don't know what he's talking about.
Do they both wear Uggs? Like, what is going on?
Like, is Teddy dating a model? Like, I don't know what he's talking about. So I can't really even give an opinion on it. I get that AP is trying to big up his teammate. I mean, believe it or not, bro, I don't know if you noticed or not, but when people ask me about the show, I tell them my co-host LaParis, he likes Scott Van Pelt. Y'all remind me a lot of one another. As long as I ain't got to tell you how.
That.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So AP just bigging up his teammate.
But I just think, that's a lot of pressure on me to be Scott Van Pelt. He's on the worldwide leader.
Yeah.
And I think comparing Teddy Bridgewater to Tom Brady, I think that puts a lot of pressure on Teddy Bridgewater. You know, Tom Brady, regardless how you like, I'm an Adrian Peterson fan. I'm a Teddy Bridgewater fan. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I would be an idiot to sit here and be like, Tom Brady ain't it for what?
Yeah, Tom that dude.
He's that dude. Like, I would be a fool to be like Tom Brady isn't amazing. Like, he's it's kind of like Kobe Bryant. I'm not a Kobe Bryant fan, but I would be an idiot to be like Kobe Bryant is not great.
Like
Kobe Bryant is great. Tom Brady is great. We have seen Tom Brady, aside from Gronk and Edelman, when those guys both had injuries, Tom Brady made Brandon LaFell and Amendola and Caldwell and these type of guys look amazing.
Right.
He made these guys look amazing. And maybe that's what AP is seeing in Teddy Bridgewater, because they definitely need better outside weapons. They ended up signing Mike Wallace. That didn't work out last year. They ended up letting him go, if I'm not mistaken.
I told him when they got him from the Dolphins, Mike Wallace ain't it. Y'all need to start tuning into the show.
That definitely didn't work out. So I'm hoping that they got to get Teddy Bridgewater some better weapons. And maybe that's what AP mean. Maybe he's saying, I think Teddy Bridgewater could do a lot with a little bit.
I don't know. All right, man, let's wrap this show up. I told y'all we had a good one. We've been kind of banging it through, too. Just boom, 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 running through the topics. We're at topic number 8, which is the last segment of the show. This is one of my favorite segments. I got a few, but I like this segment, bro. Yeah. We call this the Strong Arm Performer of the Week. This
Heisman
is
podcast.
The most prestigious award you can get in a podcast. Like you said, it's the Heisman of podcasts. Yeah. And, I mean, athletes be so happy, man. I hit them up and I'm like, yo, you know you won Strong Arm Performer? They be like, word. They be so hyped. So, without any further ado, LePage, you are on the hot seat, man. Who is your Strong Arm Performer of this week and why?
I kind of went the easy route. I kind of gave it to somebody that's well deserving. And I took it to Cleveland. I'm going to give it to LeBron James. I mean, they've been dropping the Raptors all the way off. And LeBron James in game 2 had 23 points, 11 rebounds, 11 dimes, and a 108-89 win over the Canadian Raptors. Over the Canadian Raptors. And I mean, just LeBron being LeBron. I mean, that's kind of, I mean, there's really nothing popping other than NBA playoffs. And I mean,
it's some baseball, bro.
Chicks. And you just said on the previous segment that we not baseball fans, chicks. So I had to go out there and give it to LeBron. And LeBron, for that performance, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week, LeBron James.
You definitely went the easy way out, but deserving. LeBron is playing some of the best unselfish ball I've seen him play in a long time. I also went to the NBA. I also went to Cleveland, but me, rather than just give away an award for something easy, I put some work in it, man.
James Harden played for the Cavs?
You know what, man? You're going to say that one day, and I'm going to fire you on the air. What I did do was I gave my award to a guy deserving for helping this team get it right. They look good. This guy deserves some credit. I'm talking about none other than Tyronn Lue, the guy most notably known for being on the wrong side of the AI step over. He is responsible for the Cavs turning it around. How, you say? I tell you. He got Kyrie Irving, who does not like to pass to anybody, especially Kevin Love. He got Kyrie Irving and LeBron James to both buy into, hey, won't we actually give the third piece of the big three the damn ball sometime? I'm going to tell you what happened once they started giving him the ball. He started scoring. He actually can shoot. You got him out there standing in the corner like this. They gave him the ball. He actually can shoot. And once he makes a few shots, he feels happy. You know what he do? He played harder on the defensive end. And it made the team better. All because Tyronn Lue was smart enough to say, Kyrie, hey, get that guy the ball. He's open. It sounds simple, man, but it worked. He's a genius. And this is the second week in a row where I've had praise for an NBA coach. I'm starting to see the light. I see how important you guys are. I give you that respect. So Tyronn Lue, for this week, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Just
Spade.
So impressed
we
with that
can
guy.
coach the Cavs.
Yeah,
and we can coach the Cavs and be dropping the Raptors off.
Wait.
Especially with Kyle Lowry playing like that.
That's true. But you think just because you from Jersey and Kyrie from Jersey, you can get him to pass to Kevin Love?
Exactly.
Please.
We're Jerseyans. That's what we do.
Please.
We got that bond.
Please.
That's what we do. Come on, man. Hey.
Tyronn Lue must be from there too.
I refuse to get Tyronn Lue, Billy Donovan, Kerr, what's my man that just got hot? Walton. I'm not giving. We can coach those teams, man.
Oh yeah, I definitely can coach Golden State. Matter of fact, we just played
teams.
GM for the 76ers to help them out. I'm gonna send this episode to the 76ers. I'm gonna send it to y'all. Check it out.
I mean, it's actually a good plan. I doubt they do it. I think they taking Ben Simmons just because Ben Simmons is the big name.
Yeah, because they habitual screw up.
They think they're getting the next LeBron.
Yeah, he ain't.
I mean,
what else?
That's a Yoga Valley stretch, but
yeah.
Spade, it's been a great show. Going to close it out. First of all, we want to thank you guys for tuning in every week to the live Strong Arm Sports podcast, as well as the podcast on demand on YouTube as well. as the audio podcast. And, you know, as usual, if you guys don't want to see us live or don't want to see our mugshots on demand on YouTube, we got audio podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, UPodOmatic. I mean, we everywhere. We want to thank you guys, man. The numbers look amazing. We're doing big things over there. We want to thank you guys for tuning in every week, supporting the Strong Arm Sports Podcast. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next episode. Whoa. Spade, you got anything else to add?
Nah, I'm just over here punching because who knows? Floyd might want to hit me up for a fight. He want an easy win. Hell, I'll take
Spade,
a fall
I'm
for
gonna tell
50
you
million.
what. For $50 million, bro, you're gonna have to take that for the team.
Look, because Floyd ain't gonna let me hit him anyway, so we'll just chase each other. 50 million, sign me up.
Yeah, $50 million, you're gonna have to take that for the team, bro. I remember, Spade, before we go, I remember somebody asked me a long time ago, would you let Mike Tyson punch you in the face for $10 million? Quick answer, Spade.
I don't know if 10 gonna cover my medical expenses. I'm gonna need a little more than 10.
I plead the fifth.
I'll take one in the stomach,
I don't know
though.
if Mike Tyson punching me in the face for $10 million.
I'll take a body punch.
Hey, yo, you know what? I want you guys to answer that in the comment section down below. For $10 million, would you let Mike Tyson punch you in the face? Leave it in the comment section down below, as well as your thoughts on every topic we had on the show today. We want to thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next episode. Peace.